Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing great. So in my today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the importance of tracking businesses. And before I get into that, I just want to talk about how as we human beings behave quite differently in our life when we do certain thing and when we invest in the stock market. I mean, let's take an example. If we buy a house from a builder which is under construction, right? So will we buy that house and will we just forget about it and be like, okay, after a few years it will be done? No, right? We don't do that. We know what the builder has promised. We know what the builder will deliver to us because he has given us in writing or orally. And what we do on a regular basis, we track, okay, is the construction on time? The builder said after 1 year, 50% would be completed. After 2 years, it would be 70%. And in the third year, the OC will be given and we can move into the house. So we track all these things on a regular basis and we ensure that everything is going well. And if something is not going well, we make noises, we talk to the builder, we find out what is going on. And depending upon how the situation translates, we take certain actions. But we do completely opposite when we invest in the stock market. We invest and we forget about it. We think, okay, everything will go well, the company will do well, and we will make money because people say that investing is for long term and you should not worry about it. But actually, that's a wrong concept and that's a wrong thought process. If one has invested in the stock market in any companies, it is very, very important to track the business and know what is happening and see if it is doing well, good enough. But if something is going wrong, then certain action needs to be taken. Because sometimes so many people ask, Masood, when should I, add to my position, or when should I hold my position, or when to sell my position? The only way to do that or take that decision is by tracking the company. I'll give you a recent example, right? IDFC Bank recently reported a fraud of almost 590 crores at their Chandigarh branch. Over here, people who were tracking the business, people who are aware of it, and when they heard about this fraud, they knew something is wrong, and all they did was either trimmed their position or just sold off whatever they have because they don't want to get involved, in fraud, especially in the financial sector, because the stock can take a beating. I mean, I'll give you the another example of Yes Bank. Because of what Rana Kapoor did, the stock went all the way from 400 to 15 rupees. Imagine people who are not tracking the business, people who are not aware of it, would have lost almost a lot of money. And personally, I was one of this guy during those time, and I had almost lost 90% of my capital, which I had invested in that stock. And I learned a very, very big and an expensive lesson that no matter what the company has done before, or no matter how much money the stock has made you before, it is very, very important for us to track the business. In tracking the business, it helps us to go back and to see whether the investment thesis or the story at the back of which we invested, it is does it still holding on. It helps us to know that if the management promise, okay, that we're going to increase our sales by 20%, are they going to increase by 20% or not? I mean, recent example is uh, EPAC prefab. During the after the IPO time, they had promised that they will grow by around 30 to 35%. And the recent Q3 call, they said that they are going to only uh, grow only by 20%, which was a bad look on the management because they promised one thing and they said something else after some time. So, and because of that, we all know what happened to that stock. So, and that is the reason we have to track the businesses and we need to know what is happening. And when we know this, we can sense or understand what is going to happen with the company and accordingly take that decision. If the company is stable and nothing much is changing, one can decide to hold the position. But if something has gone really wrong, like how it went wrong with IDFC, then the person is in a position and is aware of the details and can take a decision to sell off the position. And in cases where companies are doing really well and growing, you can add to that position because you are aware of it well before the others know or the market catches up to it. I mean, if we take the recent example, right? V2 Retail, how it turned around from a loss business to a profit making business. Sky Gold, which increased its sales multiple times. And the people who tracked it, who understood it, were able to benefit from it. So if you don't want to lose your money, and you want to ensure that at the right time you are able to take the decision, then tracking of business is very, very important. Am I saying that because we track the business, we will not lose money at any time? I'm not saying that, but at least we are able to save our capital, which will give us a chance to fight for another way. I hope this video was useful. If you liked it, please do subscribe to my channel, and I will bring many more such videos. Thank you, and God bless you.